lesson, it's talking about here to just simply know that you are answered, not just have faith, but know that God knows everything that you need. So this is a farther lesson towards the back, and these lessons in the 300s are a little different than those lessons earlier in the text, where it's saying, this is time to just have faith. That knowing within your heart is not unfounded. It's there. And even if you look or don't look at the problems of your life, he's there answering all your problems with love. He's healing them no matter whether you look at them or not. That's why the beauty of the course is it is inevitable that you will awaken to the truth. That's the big secret here. You are saved. You are home because it is God's will that you be home. That's why when you see these lessons, let me remember I am one with God, it's always telling you, if you can get that sense of your oneness, you're home. Right there, right in that moment. Even with all the stuff that's going on, you're still home in that moment. We've all experienced that. We've all had that, where it's like you look back in retrospect and I was carried. I was taken care of. Everything was okay. And then we go on in the next moment, we doubt yet again, right? We're constantly doubting. We are the doubting Thomas, right? This was the message of the doubting Thomas, or Thomas, when Jesus came back after the crucifixion. When he came back and he walks into Thomas and everybody is in awe. The Christ is back. Jesus has fulfilled the belief. And Thomas goes, I don't know. Really? Honestly? And he says, here, go ahead. You can stick your fingers in my wounds, in the side where I was pierced, and in my hands, because if you don't believe it's me, go ahead. I'm happy to let you doubt, and for me to help you to know that I am here for you always.
Who wrote that?
Oh, I don't know, but I think to me that would be a much better example of where Christ consciousness is saying all the time, go ahead, test me out. That's what it's saying. It says here, you are not asked to take salvation on the basis of unsupported faith. I was thinking about this the other day. When my son comes home from school, if you're a mother and you've ever been out in a grocery store and you hear the word mom, you hear a kid crying mom, what's the first thing a mother does? What? Even if it just sounds a little bit like your kid. Fathers do this too. You just jerk. And if they go, Dad, and you go, huh? Mother, huh? You just naturally think, I'm going to answer this call. Even if it doesn't sound like your child, there's a part of you that thinks we're always answering that call. But with my own son, he would come home. I could tell the mom call where it's kind of like, Mom, I'm home, which that one means I'm home. Mom, I can't find something. That's the I can't find something. Mom, that's the frustrated and I need help mom. Mom, that's the sick mom. I'm sick. Or there might be, Mom, that's the hurt mom. We all know these cries from our kids that mean all these different things. Don't you think God knows that too? That when we call out for help, he knows exactly what we need. It does not matter the way we do it. He knows exactly what we need. And what mother does not answer any one of those calls? You answer every one of them. And what I know about a mom is you're just grateful to do it. You're just happy to answer those calls. It gives you great pleasure to do that. And we forget that it gives God great pleasure when we call on him. That's what the Course is constantly saying is he's joyous when you need him, when you call on him, because he knows that means you're remembering the truth. We get so complacent in our lives, I can handle this. We don't even think I can handle this. We just don't even think about him. And don't you as a parent love it? Or as a friend, when your friends think about you? Or as a parent, when your children just give you a call, even if it's just to say, hi, how you doing? That's it. I'm done. Okay, that was neat. I talked to my kid. You like that. Don't you think in the similar way that doesn't increase the awareness of God in you as it increases the awareness for him, his creations extending, giving back and forth? So when we call upon God, we're not overdoing our welcome. We're not, what do you call it? Overstaying our welcome. We're not overusing him. It is his great pleasure to have you call on him. And that's what this is saying. I do not have to take salvation on an unsupported basis. God has promised that he will hear my calls and he will always answer me. He is always glad to answer me. even when I do not see those answers. He is answering me. Even when I choose to stay in my anger or my judgment or my busy life where I don't even bother asking for help, He is answering me. He is answering me. That's why these lessons we've been doing these last few weeks, and especially the one that is for September, Let Me Remember I Am One with God, is very important for us because it is the memory that heals us, because it like whips us back into the truth, puts us back into alignment. We need to remember who we are. We need to remember the basis of our life force. It is not in the world. It is not in the busyness of the world. It is remembering who and what we are. And that's what this lesson's about. In that is our healing. In that is our answer. In that is our awareness. In that is everything. Now, that does not make a lot of sense to your ego because your ego thinks that you've got to do a lot of doing. If you're not doing a lot of doing, things aren't getting done. But what the Course is saying is we're doing a lot of busy work. I always remember those cartoons. Remember those cartoons where the little legs would go bloop, 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 and they'd go real fast and the guy wouldn't go anywhere. Remember those where the legs would go bloop, 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 and nobody would go before the legs had to get going before we'd go. This is us. We're a lot of the little legs. If we even had a little cartoon of that, I should get you guys to get me one. A little cartoon of these little legs just going around like that, and they don't go anywhere. That's the doing of our lives. That's the purposeless doing of our lives when we have no purpose, when we do not know we are one with God, when we choose not to call upon that truth. That's why this is saying, so call upon it. Ask for help right here, right now. And how do we do it? We remember the truth. Remembering that truth into any situation, into a health crisis, into a financial crisis, into a relationship challenge. Let me remember the truth. Let me remember I am one with God. Why is that? Because it calls upon the truth in us. It declares our Christhood, if you will, our truth of who we are. It calls upon God and it calls upon the truth in us. So it says, He will hear my call. He's answered me. Let me but learn from my experience that this is true, and faith in Him must surely come to me. So it says, put it to the test.